I'm Ksenia and I'm with the Money Minimalists. So if you haven't seen my channel before, I love talking about real estate, home buying, home selling, and personal finance. So today we're going to talk about how to achieve those big financial goals that you set for yourself. So the financial goals can be anything from paying off your credit cards to saving for a house to buying a new car. So basically it can get very, very overwhelming sometimes with these goals. So it's important that you set them in a smart and achievable way, and that a way that you can sustain it for a long time. So I go into more of this in my blog with the link below, but I'll just jump into a couple of my favorite methods. So I recently read a study that it's actually more effective to visualize the steps instead of the end outcome. So if you've done a vision board before, it's actually more beneficial if you visualize the process of you achieving that goal rather than just the end goal. And this is because your mind gets tricked into thinking you've already achieved it if you just picture yourself like driving the Range Rover or living in the house, and you don't picture yourself in the process of getting there. So that's a very important thing to note, is next time you focus on your vision and your vision board is to add in images of you working to save that money or working to pay off that loan. So that's one of my favorite tips. Another tip that I definitely advise everyone is to not do things cold turkey. So think of personal finance as kind of like a diet. So if you're used to eating McDonald's 2 times a day, you're not going to be able to completely never eat McDonald's again. You're going to start small. You're going to limit it to 1 time a day, and then you're to a couple times a week, and then to once a week. And that's the easiest way to sustain it, is to gradually wean yourself off of it. So the same thing with finances. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to have a no spend month for 3 months in a row when you're used to spending money. It's very hard to keep it intact, and it's very hard to make it sustainable. So I always advise you to just start small. Just say, oh, instead of cutting things out, you say, oh, I'm going to use that money, and instead I'm going to spend money on something else, perhaps like cooking a better meal instead of going out to eat. So instead, maybe allocate what you normally would spend as maybe staying inside. So instead of going out to eat, you can phrase it like, oh, I'm excited to watch a movie this weekend, and things like that. So that's another important thing, is to phrase things in a positive manner and in a way where you get excited to do the alternative. So I have lots of more tips in my blog posts, and the link is in the description. So be sure to check that out, and remember to stay positive about everything, because things can get difficult and you don't want to be too harsh on yourself. I also have blog posts about money affirmations, and those can be really helpful as well with your money mindset. So be sure to check those out, and hopefully you have a great day, and good luck with your goals.